Hello guys, this is Persia 007 coming at you with another video. This is titled Today's Date. Um, not doing nothing much. I've been still keeping up with the Shane Dawson and the Onision situations. There ain't been really no updates to either one. Shane Dawson still has not came back online yet. Still small little videos floating around the net being uploaded, trying to really expose him on stuff that he's already been exposed for. Um, but still waiting on that. And Onision, he's been still been doing his live streams. He's done one yesterday. Uh, Talked to a survivor of, I guess, domestic violence or whatever it is, and that was pretty interesting. But again, I didn't really watch the whole thing on it. And I've noticed that all of his videos have got fundraisers on them. And I think I may have already talked about this, but I read on Twitter that I guess he's got a wetlands inspection coming up on August the 25th. Due to the fact that I guess he was caught doing something to his wetlands a couple years back, and I guess he's due for a checkup on that. And some people are thinking that he's trying to raise money to pay for that, but he's using real organizations for these charities. Now, I don't know what's going on. I would hope he's not doing that, and I would hope that he is giving money to these charities and not pocketing these donations. But the shows that he's talking about are, I think, very interesting, and maybe entertaining for some people. Let's see here. Stream I'm talking about. Let's see. Okay, where is it at? Hang on. Let me bring up this channel here. Okay, the stream I was talking about from last night, 21 hours ago. Abuse survivor confronts Onision charity stream. And then the day before that, Onision confronted by U.S. veteran about military career charity stream. That video, he talked to a veteran about his time in the Air Force, and the veteran pretty much confronted him on some of the stuff that he's done in the Air Force, and they pretty much have a little debate on that. But that's pretty much what's been going up with the Onision. As far as the Chris Hansen thing, I don't know where the Chris Hansen investigation is going on the Onision story. I know people are still calling him out for using the victims by putting them through their abuse, by having to discuss everything that went on during the abusive situation, by means of like Onision and Shiloh. Shiloh will go on Chris Hansen and pretty much tell the audience everything that has happened to her with Onision. Not only did she have to live through it, but did she have to live through it again by telling the entire world on a live stream what has happened to her to get people to realize what's going on behind the scenes. And Chris Hansen, again, is being called out for selling the Onision story. And some have even accused him of using donations that were given to him via super chats, and I guess pocketing the money or whatever, and pretty much not really bringing any investigation forward. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to think here. See, like he keeps saying that the investigations are still going. There haven't been any updates, but the investigation is active, and but yet we have people on YouTube saying that there's no investigation, that there's even another small YouTuber on here that has called the Pierce County Sheriff's Department, and the only thing that they brought up was the two cases, which was against Repsion, Chris Hansen, about the slander case that fell through when he filed against the wrong Chris Hansen, and then he dropped the case against Repsion, and then the wetlands situation, but said nothing about any FBI involvement whatsoever, or local police involvement, or state police involvement. But I'm hoping that that's not the case. If there was an actual investigation, I hope that if there's anything criminal that did happen, but if there's no investigation against Onision, then I think the whole drama against To Catch a Predator versus Onision needs to be stopped. It needs to be dropped. And Onision just needs to continue doing what he's doing. And I hate to say this, but he needs to go after Chris Hansen for slander, defamation of character, and possible emotional pain and suffering due to the fact that he had to deal with all the cyberbullying online, all the memes, pretty much millions of people ganging up on him, just like they did Shane Dawson, over accusations that can't be proven. So, I really don't think this Onision FBI investigation is going anywhere. If there is even one out there, I'm starting to doubt, because there's, again, a lot of people calling Chris Hansen out for not being really, not being really, I guess, honest about the cases, and again, giving people false hope, such as like me, the viewer, telling us each week that there's going to be an update next week, and then the week comes, no update, but still an active investigation. It takes time. And yeah, if there's an investigation, which I would hope that maybe there is, and I would do understand that some of these investigation takes many years. And by the time this investigation concludes, then you got to worry about the statute of limitations. If there's anything that can be prosecuted within a time frame, and the worst thing that would have to happen is if the statutes have been expired or time's up on some of these victims, that he would have to be caught in the act again, and we would have to hope that the internet catches Onision in the act as somebody comes forward, and that they would have to forward the evidence to the local police department and have them start up an inquiry and then launch an investigation again. See, I hate to say this, but to all the victims out there of Onision Davy Vanity, you guys you know, should have went to the police years ago when all this was going on. I understand you were scared, you were intimidated, you were being threatened, but by you not coming forward, you have put many other people in danger after your abusive situation. Um, you could have just gave police the evidence, somehow became anonymous under the witness protection program if need be, if that's what it took to get your story out there and get this person or these people arrested and held accountable. But I do believe that Onision has affected many people negatively, online, in person, uh, through live streams. Um, and now he's trying to put on a facade that he's this good person. He cares about victims. He's advocating to stop abuse against women, holding these charities to help the fight against domestic violence. And, I really don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's trying to throw off the investigation or maybe throw off the NTOs or, no, just take the heat off of him and, paint himself as a good person when in fact in the past he's been proven not to be. And then again, there's this wetlands thing coming up at the end of the month on August 25th, from what I got from Twitter. Um, and you guys, I might do a screen recording on this Onision stuff about the wetlands and see if I know what the heck I'm talking about. I want to kind of verify everything that I'm talking about when it comes to a wetland situation. And but I encourage you guys to watch the Chris Hansen live streams about Onision, Davi Vanity, and maybe you can get your take on it. You can decide whether there's any cases going on. I know Davi Vanity has been investigated before by police and been, I think he's been arrested before for the same crimes he's being accused of now, but was let off the hook. Again, I think Chris Hansen is doing a good thing by getting these stories out there, but I think he needs to quit giving people false hope of there being any arrest or any accountability going on out there. And he just needs to just get the story out there and let it be that. Let in a police investigation or FBI be their own thing. That's not really his business any way of interfering with the police investigation or FBI. If they want to investigate Onision or Davi Vanity, they will do so and do so promptly. And if there's anything on Onision's computer, they would knock his door down. I think the first week that all this came out, I would think. Um, and also, Davi Vanity, they would have been at his doorstep, knocking down his door and getting all of his computers, smartphones, tablets, whatever he may have that's electronic that has criminal evidence on it. So Chris Hansen, he could continue to have these Tabaseat interviews with these victims or survivors, whatever you want to call them, and get the stories out there. Let these predators be known, so other people do not go to these channels or these platforms and be involved with these people, becoming victimized. That's probably the main prevention here, is kind of diverting people from subscribing to these known online predators or creators that are acting predatory against their audience or their viewers or even their fans. That's what the show is all about. It's not about breaking somebody down and throwing them in jail and throwing away the key. That's not really what Have a Seat's all about, in my opinion. It's just to get the story out there and let people know, hey, Onision may not be who you guys think he is. Davi Vanity may not be who you guys think he is. But again, it's up to the viewer to decide whether they want to support these two or not. So, but I think this Chris Hansen thing has done more damage to Onision than it has done really any good for the victims or survivors. Same thing with Davi Vanity. Only thing it's really done for Davi Vanity and Onision for this Have a Seat with Chris Hansen is it's given more attention to them to flourish on the platforms, and it's done really nothing for the victims other than getting their stories aired out there and allowing other people to support the victims. But I've seen some of the victims actually get hate for asking for help on Twitter. Like, I think Sarah was asking for money for, I think, a GoFundMe for a new laptop because she had to send her old laptop to former Vincent DeCotra to be investigated by the FBI. And apparently the laptop never wound up going to the FBI and it got sent back to her. And people bashed Sarah for asking for money for a computer, which she has every right, in my opinion, to do so if she needs a computer for school or whatever she needs that computer for. She has every right to raise money to more or less get her computer back. That her old computer may never be sent back if it had any evidence on there that would indict Onision Kai, whatever it might be. But she was left without a computer for months, and then she gets her computer back with the hard drive deleted, and to find out that the computer was never searched at all, and everything. I was wrong, actually. I think everything was left on the hard drive and it was just sent back. The computer was sitting on, I think, Vincent's desk, wherever it was, and just collecting dust, and somehow got sent back to Sarah, the victim of Onision, or James Jackson, whatever we want to say. But I'm going to say this again: if Onision, aka James Jackson, or Davi Vanity have done anything illegal, and the local authorities or the feds can find anything criminal they have done that's within the last 2 to 5 years, I do hope they get indicted. I do hope they stand trial. And if they are found guilty of their crimes as charged, I hope they go away for a very long time, if not for life, because they have done a lot of damage to their fans, not only to their viewers, their subscribers, but to the fans. And I hope they get what's coming to them. I really do. But from now until we hit that point, they are innocent until proven guilty or otherwise. So, they have a right to still have a platform. They have a right to still do online videos, to do their music, whatever it may be, and do live streams and, do everything that a normal person does. Go outside, walk and go outside, go to the grocery store, go out to McDonald's, or wherever they may want to go. They have a right to do so until there's an indictment, and we just have to just, we're just going to have to live with it. And the victims are just going to have to live with it until something happens. But I want to say this to the victims too. Don't believe everything you hear. Um, you need to see for yourself if there is going to be an investigation. You need to be one that starts the investigation, not a journalist, not a TV personality. You need to be the one that starts the investigation against these two, not Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen is a big help to an investigation by getting these stories out on a platform or maybe TV, wherever it may be, but he has nothing to do with an indictment or an arrest. He can aid in getting a predator locked up, but the police and the feds have 90% control over all that, and they can decide whether there's a case against Onision or there's a case against Davi Vanity. And you victims and or survivors out there need to understand that your only form of justice is more or less getting your story out there, what you've done, and hopefully seeing these two lose subscribers, losing their fan base, or getting possibly canceled. That's your only justice I think you're going to get, is getting these two off the internet. That's the best bet you're going to get, is get these guys off the internet and move on with your life. That's all I could say. I'm sorry everything that has happened to you. I'm sorry that you had to endure all the abuse that you had to suffer just to have the life that you wanted with these two. Maybe you wanted to be an actor on, say, with Onision. You wanted to be in one of his videos, or you wanted just to hang out or do a meet and greet, and or maybe you bonded some kind of a friendship with Onision, and maybe it got serious, maybe it didn't, and he winds up putting you through the ring or whatever, verbally abusing you, isolating you, possibly withholding your money, possibly, and um, whatnot. I hope you can find closure and be able to move on. Maybe counseling can help with that. And that's another thing too. I heard Chris Hansen said that these victims and or survivors have been going through, I guess, therapy or whatever. So that's a good thing, and at least they're doing that. Um, but I don't know. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. My opinion, I think Shane. I'm not Shane. What am I talking about? Shane Dawson. I'm talking about. I think Onision, in a way, has been canceled because every time he does a video or live stream, I do not get the notifications from his channel that tells me that he has been purged on some of his subscriptions